Hello, I'm Susan Barrett, and this will be our last video looking at the facts up through 10, looking at both adding and subtracting. This pretty much wraps up the facts that children are expected to know by the end of first grade. We've focused on strategies, we've done activities, we've looked at games, all of these to reinforce, and we spent a lot of time looking at addition. Today we're going to look at a few of the facts that are left and a little more on the thinking strategies. What we're asking children to do here is use the facts they already know to help them learn the last few. So looking at our addition fact chart here, the green ones are all the ones that you can do with adding 0, 1, or 2. In our last video, we looked at the different ways to make 10. And this little stair-step line here is showing you everything above this would cover all the facts that are left to get up through 10. The three facts that I've circled here are doubles facts. So we have 3 plus 3 is 6, 4 plus 4 is 8, and 5 plus 5 is 10. Many kids learn their doubles facts quickly and easily, particularly 5 plus 5. So we're going to use those doubles facts to learn some of the new facts. So one of the facts that's left is 3 plus 4. So here I've written the doubles fact 3 plus 3 and the new fact 3 plus 4. We can model how to use one fact to get the other. So here we have 3 plus 3, that's 6. 3 plus 4 is going to give me just one more. So I've got a doubles fact and one more. I can do it on one row on the Reck and Rec. If you'd rather, it really doesn't matter. There's 3 plus 3 is 6. So 3 plus 4 is just one more. That's what we're reinforcing. There's no need to go back and count them all. If you know 3 plus 3, then 3 plus 4 would just be one more. Another fact that you can get from the double is 3 plus 5. You could know 3 and 3 is 6, so this is 2 more than 6, so that would be 8. You could start with the 5 and count on 5, 6, 7, 8. And because you have that 5 as one of the add-ins, it's an easy fact to do with fingers. 5 and 3. Most kids will recognize right away that that's 8 without having to count. Another fact that we have left is 4 plus 5, or 5 plus 4. 5 plus 4 comes right between two doubles. You have 4 and 4, you have 5 and 5. This is 8, this is 10. 5 plus 4 is 9. Again, because of the 5, it's easy to see on your fingers. It's also easy to see with the 10 frame. So here's the 10 frame. Here it's modeling the fact 4 plus 4. If I have 4 and 4 is 8, 4 and 5 would just be one more, or 9. Or I could go from the double 5 plus 5 that's already known. If 5 and 5 is 10, then 5 and 4 would just be one less, or 9. Believe it or not, there's only one fact left, and that's 6 plus 3. 6 plus 3, there's my 6, put on 3 more, 7, 8, 9. So I'm counting on from the larger number. 6 and 3 is 9, and that, believe it or not, is the last one of the addition facts. You've now covered all the facts up through 10. But you might be thinking, what about subtracting? Well, the good news is your child does not need to learn a whole new set of facts to master the subtraction facts, because subtraction and addition are related. Subtraction undoes addition. Subtraction is taking apart, addition is putting together. They're called inverse operations. So the strongest strategy there is for learning subtraction facts is actually to think addition. So let's take a look at one of those. These two are related facts. If I'm trying to figure out 8 minus 5, a good way to think of it is, what do I need to put with 5 to get up to 8? Now I'm back to addition, but that same fact in addition will help me with this subtraction fact. Let's look at some activities we can play to practice these last few facts. The first thing we're going to do is a sorting activity with the dominoes. These are double 6 dominoes, meaning that the greatest number of pips or dots you'll see on one end of the domino is 6. Because of that, we have a couple of dominoes that will actually do 11 and 12. No harm throwing them in there. We have the double 6 and we have a 6 and 5. We're going to sort these dominoes by the sum shown, putting both ends together. So this domino has a sum of 2, while this one has a sum of 10. So I'm going to lay them out, and when you do this with your child, again, you want to encourage verbalizing. This is 5 plus 3 is 8, 4 plus 4 is 8, 4 and 3 is 7, that's going to go in here. 3 and 0 is 3, 6 and 1 is 7, 4 and 2 is 6. You might ask your child to just to make a guess, which stack do you think will be the tallest? And you can line them all out like this, and it makes an interesting pattern. I'm not going to do all of them right now, but have fun with that. Another thing you can do, very similar, is to look at the domino and think about subtracting one side from the other. So this domino, the double 4, would have a difference of 0 because 4 minus 4 is 0. So if I'm sorting dominoes again, smallest difference is 0, that's going to go here. What do you think the largest difference would be? Which stack do you think might be the tallest? Here's another one, 5 minus 5 is 0, that will go in the same stack. You might talk about what pattern you notice, that you get an answer of 0 when you are subtracting all of a number, or when you have a double domino, that'll give you a 0, just like 0 minus 0. Here's 1, 5 minus 4, that's 1, so that would go next in line. And again, you're going to sort them all out, putting in each column dominoes that have the same answer or difference when you subtract the larger number minus the smaller number. That's a domino sort. Another thing you can do with dominoes is work with fact families. There's a little work mat that you can use and pick any domino and place it in the little box at the top. And you can look at the related addition and subtraction facts. So if I'm finding a sum, I'm adding, I've got 4 plus 2. That gives me a total of 6. If I turn it around, I still have 6 as a total, but now I've got the 2 first, plus 4. So that's reinforcing that idea that changing the order does not change the total when you're adding. When I'm writing a subtraction equation, I have to start with the total, or 6. If I cover up the 2, that leaves me with 4. If I cover up the 4, that leaves me with 2. So this is sometimes called a family of facts or a fact family, because these 4 equations all tell about this situation of 4 and 2, either putting them together or taking the total apart. That is a domino fact family. There are some good games you can play with dominoes. You know the card game of War? You can play it with dominoes. Come on over, Sarah. And we're going to turn them all face down. And we're going to share them out equally. So, and we're going to line them up, facing each other. double zero was flipped and I didn't realize it. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, turn over your first domino. Let's play addition this time. I have 5 and 2. That's 7. What do you have?
I have 6 and 1. That's 7.
We've got a battle right off the bat. So we'll turn over one more domino. Oh, I think I'm a loser.
6 plus 2 is 8.
I have 0 plus 0. You get all 4 dominoes. Put them face down at the end of your line. And we'll turn over another one. Oh my, I have 1 and 0 is 1.
I have 2 and 2 is 4.
You win again. Play continues like this until one player is out of dominoes or until you're both sick and tired of playing, which sometimes happens. I have 5 and 3. That's 8.
I have 6 and 6. That's 12.
And I think I want to quit here because it's not looking good for me. But
It's
that's
not
how
going
you
your way.
Domino Addition War. You can play the same game, subtracting, and we'll just keep going from here. So this time, 4 minus 1 is 3.
I have 3 minus 1 is 2.
3 beats 2, so I finally get
Got
to
one
win
back.
2 dominoes. Okay. I have 4 minus 2 is 2.
I have 3 minus 2 is 1.
And now things are going my way. So it's the same game, except instead of adding, we're subtracting. Don't go away. Let's do something else with the dominoes. This is a mat that reinforces the connection between addition and subtraction. All of the double 6 dominoes will fit on here. And you'll notice that there are numbers that are repeated, and it doesn't really matter. It's not a strategy game. It's just to reinforce the different combinations. So if you, for example, find a domino with 10, and there's more than one way to put it on there, you could put it, this is 10. 6 and 4 is 10. So if I'm subtracting, it's 10 minus 4 is 6. It wouldn't matter if I turned it this way. Same fact family. 10 minus 6 is 4. Go ahead. What do you have?
I have a 4 and a 0.
So 4, you need one with a 4 on top. Or here's one. It doesn't matter which one.
Okay, I'll go up here.
Okay.
And I will say 4 subtract 4 is 0.
And I've got 6, so I'll go right here. 6 minus 5 is 1. Go ahead.
I have 2 and 0. I'm going to go right here. 2 subtract 2 is 0.
Good. And again, it wouldn't matter a bit if you wanted to turn it around and say 2 minus 0 is 2. So this one isn't really so much a game as just a way of reinforcing those combinations. We're looking at it in the form of subtraction, but we're using addition to think about where the dominoes go. So what else do we have here? Let's see. Oh, I've got a good game. This one is called equal value. Do you want to play adding or subtracting? It makes no difference.
Oh, let's go with adding.
Okay. So we have some cards here, equal value sums. There are 2 equal signs, so we each get one of those. And I don't know if these are shuffled or not, so we'll just go ahead and play. The game starts. Each player gets 4 cards, and you put them face up. And what you're looking for is 2 expressions that have the same value. Is that just one card?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to look over my cards. I see, this is 4, 6, 7, 9. I don't have any of equal value. Do you?
I do. I have 8 plus 2, which is the same value or equal to 9 plus 1.
How do you know that?
Because 8 and 2 is 10, and 9 and 1 is 10.
Excellent. So the idea of putting the expressions on either side of the equal sign is something that kids will see a lot as they get older, and it emphasizes the idea that the equal sign really means what's on this side has the same value as what's on the other side. It's not that equal sign means the answer. Okay. Since you use 2 cards, you keep those. You get to pick 2 new cards.
There's 1, 4 plus 1, and 1 plus 7.
And it's my turn. I don't have any matches, so I can't take 2 of mine and put them up here. I have 2 choices. I can look at my partners and see if I can make a match by taking one of yours and put those 2 up here. Have to prove it, that it's right, that they're equal in value. If I don't want to do that, or if there is no match there, I can draw another card. But I think I will swipe your 1 plus 3.
I figured you
Because 1 plus 3 has the same value as 2 plus 2. They're both equal to 4. So I get those 2. Since I only used 1 of my cards, I only draw 1 card. And it's your turn.
Do I draw 1 card to replace
No.
my missing one? No? Okay. I have to study a moment. I have 5 plus 2, which is the same value as 4 plus 3.
Because both of them are equal
7
to...
is the same as 7.
7 is 7. Okay, you used 1 of yours, so you get to replace 1. And it's my turn. I have an 8, a 6, and a 9. I don't have any equal value, but I see you have an 8. So I'll swipe 3 plus 5
no.
equals 8. 6 plus 2 equals 8. So that's equal value. And I only used 1 of my cards, so I only get to replace it with 1. So that's how the game goes. You keep taking turns. If you use 2 of your cards, you draw 2. If you use 1 of yours and 1 of your partners, you draw 1. When you run out of cards to draw, or you run out of cards on your table there, then you can call the game over and see who has the most pairs of equal value. There's another set of cards. It's played the same way, except they're subtracting. So 10 minus 5 is 5. I could match that up with any other card that equals 5. We've got a couple of blank cards in the set, so if you want to make your own, just add new facts to the set. Make sure that you put them in a pair, though, that has equal value. If you want to really get challenging, you can mix your adding and subtracting cards together and make pairs of equal value. So that is called equal values. Hopefully I put that back in the right bag. Okay, I have a couple more games to share. And there's the subtracting ones.
Yeah, these are the adding.
Okay,
So I'm
you
trying
got
to keep
the adding together, thank you.
Yeah, trying to keep them from getting mixed up.
Thank you. Okay, you need 12 markers of one color. I'll do green again. These are just little squares of craft foam, but you could use anything you have around the house. And we need 2 regular dice. Okay, so in this game we're trying to get 4 in a row. It's similar to a game we played before. Go ahead and roll your 2 dice.
4 and 2
Is
6.
6, so you can cover a 6. And I will roll, and I've got a 6. I cannot, in this game, we can't share a space, so I'm going to look for another 6 to cover.
5 plus 3 is 8.
Ooh, 2 in a row already.
Almost.
I'm hoping I get something that equals 9. 1 and 4 is 5. Not happening. Well, I guess I'll try this 5.
2 plus 1 is 3.
Uh-oh. Let's see. I want a 9, so maybe like a 6 and a 3, or a 5 and not a 2 and a 2. 2 and a 2 is 4. I'll go up here.
Oh, no.
And so the game keeps going back and forth. In this game, you don't bump anybody off. If there's no move for you to make, you just miss a turn. And the first player who gets 4 in a row is the winner. That's called Add 'em Up. Another game you can play with a partner to practice the facts. This is just a simple game board. Starts here and ends there. And on this one, you want to use a 0, 1, 2 cube or spinner, which we've shown you in a previous video. And what you want to do, what you roll is how far you move. Say the fact. If you're correct, you can stay there. If you're wrong, you go back one. The first person to get to the finish line is the winner. That one's called Add Within 10 or the racetrack game. One more game for you. This one is called Snakes. Have you ever played Snakes?
I have not.
Okay. Well,
Not by that name.
okay. This game, we have 2 through 12. We have the 2 dice. You'll notice the number 7 is missing in this line. If you roll the dice and you have a sum that's available, you would mark it out. If I roll a 7, I have to mark out a snake. Okay, your turn. And this is your road down here.
Oh, this is my road down here. Okay.
So we've got the game board in a plastic sleeve, just so that
Don't have to keep
we don't
printing them
have
off.
to keep printing them, right. Of course, if you don't have the game board, you could just put this on a sheet of paper and make your own snakes.
Or cover it up.
Or cover it up, yes. So I've got 11 again. My 11 is covered, so I don't go anywhere.
4 plus 3 is 7.
Mark out a snake.
Snake bite.
Okay, so the game goes back and forth like this. As you can see, we're just reinforcing those facts. 4 and 2 is 6. I do have a 6, so I can mark that out. The object of the game is to get all of these numbers marked out before you run out of snakes. So you just keep going until somebody wins or somebody loses. And that's the game of snakes. So along with these games that are reinforcing addition and subtraction through 10, I encourage you to go back and play some of the games that we saw earlier for adding and subtracting 0, 1, and 2, and for the different ways to make 10. When your child knows these facts, they are so ready for 2nd grade and those teen facts. So have fun. If you need any materials, please don't hesitate to email Dr. Lee at slee.k12.wv.us. Have fun.